Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. I'm with Colton today. Hello Colton.
Hey Boris, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Kryptonite channel, everyone.
All right, so let's go over some news from those different, not exchanges, but more, well, one of them was an exchange and the other were more like staking platforms and people hopefully getting their money back.
So my first question for you today, Boris, is, what is new with Voyager and what is going on with Voyager?
All right, so Voyager, the first one, probably the one that's in the best position right now. A few weeks ago, a month ago, they were offered a really bad deal from FTX, which they turned down. And suddenly a lot of people came to the table. And now we know that Binance is there, FTX is still there, but apparently there's been so many people interested in buying Voyager that actually they had to push back the date for people participating. And now it's going to be actually an auction because there are so many people. It's going to be auctioned and it's going to be on September 13th. So will they announce the results on September 13th? Not too sure, but things are looking better and better for Voyager. One of the good things to see right now is their coins has been, I'll refresh this, it's been going up and up and up. If you look at, let's say, 30 days, it's pretty amazing how much it's gone up. It was at the end of August, so just about 10, 15 days ago, it was only at 27 cents. It's now sitting at 94 cents. Last night, it went all the way up to 106. And potentially, if we hear that a Binance, for instance, wins the auction and actually buys them out, Binance being the biggest exchange, having the most money and everything, the coin could actually go higher. Now, at this point, I don't know if it's a great idea to jump on the bandwagon and say, let me buy some VGX and trade this. It could be very risky because it's already up quite a bit, about four times. But definitely that's good news for Voyager, especially if you have an account with them, you have money locked into Voyager. If Binance buy them out, I think that brings a good future potentially for Voyager, for VGX, for everything, and a good chance to see your money back. Probably, like we've said before, they may lock you in for a period of time to make sure they retain you as a customer, so you might not be able to get your money back immediately, but at least, 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line, you could get your money back.
Yes, sir. My next question for you today, Boris, is, what is going on with Celsius? And as you know, I got a letter in the mail, so nothing from their side seems to be moving. The letter just informed me that there is a chance I get my money back, but is there anything else out there that maybe gives some positive to people who have money locked up there?
Yeah, so Celsius, there's a group of borrowers that have formed basically. They are really trying to make things go forward in the right direction, and they're looking basically for an independent examiner to investigate Celsius financials. And there's a good article on CoinDesk. Here's the thing: is they haven't been very transparent, since they filed bankruptcy, Celsius, and we look like, Alex Magensky, who's the CEO of Celsius, who used to be like, viewed as a very good guy, today has really tarnished his reputation because people think that he's nothing more than just a scammer. And, and here with the fact that they're not being transparent, that's very bad. So that group of investors, they're representing a group of investors. They want the court to appoint an examiner to look a little bit deeper into what's going on with the Celsius financials. Now, also regarding Celsius, there's been some more news that, and also mainly from that group, that potentially the mining would be the solution. But so far, Celsius has proposed that 50% of the mining of Bitcoin, the operation would be going towards the creditors, and they would retain 50%. Which, of course, that group of investors said, "Why are you getting 50%? You don't need that kind of money, you know." And in my opinion, you know, they could maybe give them 5 or 10%, something like that, and give 90% or 95% to the investors. But that's still up for debate. Now, that whole operation, from what they're looking at it, could be a solution. So basically, what it would mean for people holding Celsius if they go forward with the whole mining story would be that potentially they would look at how much they owe everybody, and it would be almost like buying shares into that mining company. So you would not necessarily get back your tokens that you had on Celsius, but you would have shares in that mining company. And even though you may not have planned to get into the mining business, well, by default, you would become part of the mining business, and might not be a bad business if it's well managed, if it's well done.
Yeah.
Because over the years and the coming years, whenever Bitcoin will rise again, when we'll be in the bull market, then that mining company can start selling some of those coins and paying you a percentage based on what you had in the whole Celsius ordeal, and you would start getting basically royalties of a mining company. So that seems to be probably the best way out, because any other way out, I mean, the haircut is going to be terrible. I mean, you could be losing 70, 80, 90% of your money. So this is more of a long-term play. It will take longer, and there's still a lot of stuff up for debate. But the problem with Celsius is they're not super transparent on what's going on, and that's the issue with them. And actually, if you look at their coin, that's 180 days. I mean, obviously, it went all the way down in June to about 28 cents. And then it was back up in mid-August, close to $4, and now it's back down again to about $1.31. So the action really shows that things are there's still a lot of things up for debate. This is going to take longer. Voyager is probably going to be the first one to be resolved, or at least have some kind of a resolution. At least you know where you're going. Celsius is going to take a lot longer.
Yeah, and to add on to what Boris said here, about a week and a half ago, I got a letter from Celsius, for filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It was very vague, like Boris has just discussed. There wasn't much information in there. I shared it with Boris too as well, but it doesn't seem like they're going to solve the issue anytime soon. But if you did get that letter, like Boris told me, keep that, in your back pocket, so you have that at all times. Don't throw that away. But moving on to the next question, Boris, how is Vauld, and what is going on with Vauld, and what is next with Vauld? I know we just recently did a video, but it is cool to see that there's another update for them.
They sent an email to everybody yesterday, and they said we're going to extend the 60-day due diligence work that we had with Nexo. They need another 30 days probably, because getting into the bottom of things in such a short period of time, due diligence, they always take a long time. I mean, I do a lot of due diligence work with different companies and stuff like that, when there are purchases, when there are investments, and they take a while. So 60 days was really short. So they just announced that there's going to be another 30 days. Now, there was an interesting discussion on Reddit that I caught, which was, people discussing this, and someone claims that they spoke to Vauld, and of course confirming the 30-day extension, but also the rep said the worst case scenario would be a 30% haircut. Now, okay. Is it true? Is it not true? There's also another thing that was kind of interesting. Someone mentioned the fact that the current haircut would be around 32% at the current crypto prices, and accounting for Vauld cash burn, because you have to remember that Vauld still has employees, still spending some money.
Yeah.
So, but they said it was 22% when the memorandum passed. So, and it's true. I had talked to, and we saw that in the Vauld video you mentioned, that when I talked to them, it was going to be along those lines. And so the projections are dropping because one, Vauld is actually keep on spending some money to keep operation running with a few people, even if it's not a whole lot. But he mentioned interesting, calculation that if BTC dropped to, let's say, 17,485, then the haircut would be 54.57% less, and less any legal fees. So you would get really a big haircut at that point. And then if BTC dropped below 12K, then the customers would lost 100% of their funds. There would be nothing left.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So everybody would be wiped out. Now, I'm not sure how exact those figures are, but and then he reviewed, he made a mistake and say, okay, BTC at 12K would only be a 51% loss. But some people have claimed that they said maybe BTC is going to drop to 10K, 8K, whatever. I think those numbers might be a little too crazy, but there's a big risk that if BTC drops a lot, the haircut will get worse. So of course, it's in everybody's best interest that hopefully, at least for the next 30 days, we don't see too much of a drop in BTC. And that's pretty much all the news for those three. So it looks like Voyager's number one, probably going to get a resolution very soon here with someone winning the auction. It may take a little while for them to announce who won and what going to be the condition, etc. Yeah. But looks like a resolution is going to be quick. Second would probably be Vauld. 30 days from now, at least we'll get an update like, hey, did it go through with Nexo or not? And then otherwise, what's the plan B or plan C? And then Celsius is going to take longer because it's even a bigger mess. And at this point, they're not being very transparent. And we need to see a little bit more details on that BTC mining operation.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, Boris. From my side, that's it. I appreciate all the information today. And if you have anything else, please feel free to add it.
That's it for me. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to see you on the next Crypto Night video. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.